Morning! It's kind of in the way. How's everybody doing out there in Facebook land? Happy Mercury retrograde! Yay! Drives me crazy.
I'm fine.
Some people are immune to it, unlike me. Oh no. It's been a nightmare since it's already started only a couple of days ago.
It's because Mercury loves me.
Yeah. Well, today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a little blurb about candle magic. Candle magic can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. You can use as many candles as you want to correspond to your goals. Both Anthony and I have our own ways of doing candle magic. I like to do mine pretty much just, well, it depends on the work that I'm doing.
I like these candles.
7 days. Yeah. I like those ones too, and I prefer to use these ones because I can just go ahead and put the oils and stuff in there and set it to burn, and then just leave it on this nice clean surface.
Maybe we should go over just colors first.
So,
red is for love.
passion.
Black is for... Why don't you read this?
Movie reference. But no, red is used for love, passion, attraction, aggression.
Fire. Mars.
Yeah.
The masculine principle, as well as the bloods of life.
Green, used for money, healing, prosperity, earth elements.
I've also seen people use it for health and healing.
Yeah, I've seen some people use it for love spells too because of the Venusian influences, because of the planetary colors.
Black is for banishing negativity. I've used it for reversal spells when I didn't have the multicolored ones with ease. It wasn't really hard like that. Yeah. And also I've used it in some Luciferian stuff that I've done. But it's not necessarily like, I'm cursing all of you. It's arising from your inner being.
Yeah, I use black for protection. So
I use it a lot with my Hecate work.
yeah, and I usually use it on one black candle on my altar. Like a polarity balance thingy as an altar candle.
Yeah, I use it more for the feminine. And also, I was going to say something and I forget it.
Whoops. White. It's a good all-purpose candle. Can't see me now. It's a good all-purpose candle used for just about anything, healing, protection.
Purity, cleansing. And also, when you don't have a black candle, you turn it upside down and light it that way. You have a black candle. Ta-da! Yeah.
Just focus on this part. Pink. Love, harmony, peace. It's all. I found that it's more of the gentle type of love, the more romantic type, as to where red is the more passionate, fiery type of love.
I've seen pink as more of a platonic type.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing depends on what your work is for. If you're gonna look for friends, I would say use pink and also a yellow.
Yeah. Yellow. We don't have any yellow candles. Good
We have some yellow here.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah.
Can't really see it, I think, as we'll play for a while. But yellow for success, communication. We've used it for money workings. There you go. Yellow.
There's a box of candles right there.
Yeah, I got an order to fix. Yellow. It's good for work involving memory, spells, success, that sort of stuff.
Road opening.
Road opening. Orange, which we don't have.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no orange in there.
God damn it.
But the orange ones I use for attraction. I've used orange for success candles too. It's more of the mercurial type color, seen as a mercurial type color because of planetary associations. Blue, Jupiter.
The elements of water. Emotions.
Peace.
Divination. Meditation.
Purple is also seen that same way too, as purple being more of a spiritual color. Blue is kind of like a Jupiterian aspect.
I think purple a lot more Jupiterian, just because it's such a royal color. It rolls over a lot. And then psychism, and I associate it with the moon.
Yeah. So.
We don't have a silver candle, but silver.
Yeah. Silver, psychism, feminine mysteries, goddess. I've used them as thank you candles. The same with gold, where it's more solar, success,
Represents monies.
prosperity, abundance, stuff.
Awesome.
So those are just some of the simple colors we use. I think we got them, most of them.
Let's see, we did red, yellow, pink, purple, black, red, white,
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got them all.
green, blue.
Those are just some of the basic
Orange.
colors that we use on a regular basis. Well, orange we rarely use since we don't have any of those candles. But the way that we do candle magic, we both have different methods.
Purple is for uncrossing.
Oh yeah, purple and
Forgot to
crossing.
mention that.
But yeah, the way that we do candle magic might vary from the way other people do it, but this is how we've been successful with our practice. First off, we determine what our goal is. What is it that we're needing? What is it that we want to accomplish? Let's say in the case of protection, take a black candle. Now, I was always taught to do my candles in 3 sets. So I do get 3 black candles and I would dress them all with some sort of protection oil. When I'm doing protection work, and the way I dress my candle is I go from the wick to the base, bringing towards me. Some people will say to go up away from you, or start from the middle and work your way out, or start from the ends and work your way in. Depends on you and what you're comfortable with. For me, it's easier just to draw from the wick to the base.
For me, when I'm cleansing them, I go wick to base. Because it's like you're tearing down something.
Being base to wick.
No, wick to base. And then when I'm wanting to attract something, I go base to wick because you're building up. You're building the energy so that way it can go into manifestation. So that's just mine.
Yeah, we have our different methods of doing things, and we're not going to get mad at each other because whatever works for us works for us.
We look at each other like we're crazy, though.
Yeah, but
okay.
it's a good thing, crazy. So usually I'll add a, and usually I'll cleanse my candles before I use them. There's a lot of people who will handle these things when they're manufactured or at the bookstores, wherever you buy them at, and that, some people believe that it leaves their vibe or their essence on it, which can influence your work. So with cleansing, we usually use the Florida water.
Agua florida.
Be careful with it. Don't light your candle while it's still wet because it is alcohol-based and
Also, if it's on your hand, do not be around fire.
Yes.
I set my hand on fire one night. It was kind of interesting.
I wasn't there to
burns.
witness that one, but
Yeah.
So let your candles dry for a good about 10 to 15 minutes, and make sure you don't get the wick wet. A wet wick will affect the way your candle burns. Another thing that you can use too is consecrated salt and water, or holy water from a church. So the way that I do is I usually put it on a cotton ball or put a little by my finger and go from the wick, from the base up, pushing away the negativity and the funkiness, stuff like that, and the previous influences. Now, if it's a glass encased candle, such as this, I'll usually work on the outside of it, going from the base to the wick, and then I'll use a cotton ball, then put a little bit on and then just rub counterclockwise on the inside and let the candle dry for a bit. About 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Then I'll take my oil, the conditioning oil that I'm going to be using.
You got patchouli.
Yeah, I got patchouli, but I'm not going to be using this one. I'm not going to be dressing a candle on. Put a few drops on here.
Then you double.
Yeah, take it. And with my dominant hand, I'll rub the oil into the wax, trying not to get anything on the wick. Now, on occasion, you're going to fill up more with oil. So what you can do is take a long skewer or a screwdriver. This is
Mr.
a
Pokey.
wooden,
Dowel.
well, it's a wooden barbecue skewer.
It's a shish kebab stick.
Yeah. Wait, I think this is Mr. Pokey. We call our stick Mr. Pokey. And then just drill a hole going all the way down. And then the rest of the wax, or the overflow, not wax, but the overflow of the oil, go in there so that it doesn't get all over and mess up your candle from burning.
Another thing you can do with it is dress it the same way. However, I have also done it where, with whatever conditioning oil I'm doing, I will rub it around the rim in a number of times depending on the goal, and then also anoint different symbols or little seals with the oil if I'm not writing it down in Sharpie on it around the candle in a certain amount of times, or I'll write a hell of a lot of stuff on the glass. Not necessarily in like layers like the colors on it, but different ones, like for the ones without any writing on the candle like this, add your symbols.
Yeah, you can use Sharpie. Sharpie is your friend. If you're using like a pillar candle like so, you can just use a sharp object. Here's our altar bone.
You can use an iron nail if you need to.
Yeah, or use a sharpened stick.
Especially if you're doing a Mars spell.
Yeah, and then just carve your symbol into it. Make sure you pre-plan it in. That way you know what you're going to be planning. That way you can stay focused on your work.
Ad-lib can get you messed up sometimes.
Yes, it can.
And write down if you added anything new to it, because it might affect it a lot more than you think.
Yeah, especially if you had like a really awesome work that worked really well and you want to do it again, but you can't remember what you used. That sucks. It's happened a lot.
SOL.
Yeah, but the different types of candles. This is a knob candle, also known as a wishing candle. Some people, you dress it with oil for whatever it is that you're wanting, and you usually write your petition, place it under, and burn one section each night while focusing on your desire. These candles will not burn properly. They always
look screwed up.
Yeah, they burn unevenly, so don't worry about that.
Once when I was lighting one of them, it looked like a bowl, and then it like had one hole in it, so I was like, oh, it's my tea kettle. Yeah.
This is a double action candle, sometimes called a reversing candle. There's 3 different types. There's red with black, green with black, and white with black. Green with black reverses negativity associated between you and money. Red and black between you and love.
White and black is you in general.
Yeah, and curses, hexes. That's what it is.
Yeah, also, I noticed in New Mexico, a lot of the witches out there would use the red and black one as an all-purpose, in that it was easier to come by, like at the grocery store and stuff. But also, the reasoning behind it that they said was because the black will absorb it, and the red works with a more fiery aspect to shoot it back at its source. So, a lot of the times, whenever the red and black candles were always available, it was more often than not that all the red on top in the glass encased candles would be sold out before the black on top, red on bottom, because I don't know if it's just in New Mexico, but witches be cray-cray there. And they wanted the work sent back quicker and harder, and that's the way red on top worked best for.
Yeah, some people will also take the top of this and cut off this part. Right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Flip it.
It's a lot of
Dig
work.
out the wax, and it's called flipping the candle. And it's also used as reversing. A lot of people will do that, saying that's how it's to be done. I've been very successful just using it like this.
I've been successful with just a black candle.
Yeah, so.
And like, if you're not wanting to, if you can't get that, use a black candle. Put it standing up like this. You can put it on top of the mirror, or you can put the mirror facing it so it reflects it. And then.
Yeah, I've never used a mirror with those spells. I've stuck aluminum foil underneath it.
Oh, I've used that as a reflective surface for some of them before. It worked out pretty good. No bad result.
Yeah. It's a
Money,
cat candle. They're usually used for good luck.
Or to get you laid.
They come in red, green, white, and black. The green is more for money. Black is for good luck. Contrary to popular belief, it's not used for cursing. I usually use black cat oil on black cat candles for good luck. And it's just something I always started doing. I usually do it around Friday the 13th. So.
The red ones, we still gotta, for that one friend of ours, we gotta get her laid.
Yeah. But the red ones used for mostly, they're mostly used for trysts, or, you know, quick relationships. Nothing that's really going to last too long. So.
Oh, the mummy.
The mummy candle.
For a while there, I thought it was a labia.
No, but there's a star, a sun, and a crescent on it. And then there's a little head up here.
I've never used that one before. So.
I've never used these either, but I have some spells that require them in different colors. We picked this up at a store that was going out of business.
It was $1.
Yeah, it was $1, but
So,
usually these things run about $9 or $10. So, yay, score. They're used for good luck, prosperity, happiness, stuff like that.
The people. Power to the people.
The bigger candles.
This be a man. It's used to, in a lot of stuff that I've noticed, there'll be like the petition put down, and then on a bed of roses or different herbs with like cinnamons and other love herbs, they'll put them face to face if they can't get the one that's together with like the legs wrapped around the guy from the girl.
Bestiality.
And they will knot them together. The one time I tried this with the spell about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, they burn really fucking weird. Oh, my bad. And whenever you tie it with ribbon, the entire thing bursts into flames. It worked within a week, but the smoke detector went off at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma wasn't happy.
Yeah, be careful when you're burning candles and make sure they're on a fireproof surface.
Yeah.
What
This
we
one.
use...
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, yes, make sure that there's nothing near it that's going to catch fire or on your altar, because I almost burned my altar down. But, I mean, it was an interesting spell. Results weren't worth it. But you can also impact people from a distance. So if you don't have time to make a poppet, I've used an actual figure candle as a poppet in place of an actual one. And whenever you're impacting someone, I always write their name down their back. And then any symbols or sigils or anything else that you're going to use, carve it into them. You can also carve out holes in it and then load it and then reseal it with wax to impact them further within that area like a poppet. Or on the bottom, you can also write the name around the bottom, their birthday, astrological sign, city of birth, pokies. I like iron nails for that one. Also, you can heal people from a distance too. I said heal, not kill, but you can do that too. But, yeah.
They're usually used to represent people. And there's different colors and each one's associated with it.
It's like
green,
poppet magic, but in candles.
Yeah, green would be like for pay me or give me money type stuff. Red for passion, love. Pink for love. Brown for court cases. Black for protection or banishing.
Cursing.
Cursing.
White for uncrossing,
Healing,
cleansing,
stuff like that. But, yeah.
purity. You should try that with a chastity belt on it.
Yeah.
The Baphomet candle.
Yes, so the sabbatical goat.
I love this one.
It's a cute candle. I've never seen it with the red and the black like that.
It's because I'm badass.
I have one that's just a solid black color. But they're used for honoring Baphomet, the god of the witches' Sabbath. They're sometimes used for negative workings.
It's also used to represent the primordial energies of the universe. Mm-hmm. And also I've seen people use it for Shub Nigroth because she's considered the black god of the Sabbath.
But yeah, Baffy's pretty cool. I think she just got like a bad rap.
I see her as like an ascension from your darkness to the light. For it is when you fall that you rise the highest.
Yeah. So now, when you're doing your candle spells, you're gonna want, like we said, something fireproof, something safe. What we use are these clay terracotta things.
Yep.
Most candles fit in them perfectly.
What is that grocery store chain? Kroger.
Yes.
Yes, they have like the little cheesecakes in here, and you buy them, and we save them.
Yeah, the creme brulees in the bakery department, or you can use the terracotta bottom thingies for planks.
Pots.
And these will fit most of your candles.
Oh yeah, if you're using a candle like that or a person, melt the bottom so it sticks down. You don't want your candles tipping.
Yeah, this will stick on its own, but just use a couple of drops of wax and seal it so it stays in place. It doesn't fall over and set your house on fire.
Another thing, after oil, you can use incense. This one's a store-bought one, but this one's made.
Yeah, we make that. Yeah, and your incense and your oil should always correspond to your working. So if you're doing like money drawing work, do money drawing incense, money drawing oil, or prosperity oil. For love, love incense, love oil, yada yada.
I can't wait till I see a witch use asafoetida for money drawing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hilarious.
So, you want an incense? That's an incense burner. That's pretty good. This one, I'm gonna try, but there's a layer of ash on there. It helps to absorb the heat. You can also use gravel and whatever you want. And we also use a stem lighter, I think, or a fireplace lighter. I'm not sure what these are actually called. But these are good for, especially if you're using a jar candle and the wax gets all the way down here and you got to relight it. If you're scared to leave your candles lit when you're not home, then don't leave them lit. Put them in a big pot or a cauldron. We have a couple of cauldrons in the back that we keep our candles going when we're not home. That way, if the glass cracks or breaks or there's like a sudden earthquake and it falls over, it'll be safe in there. Now, with a lot of your incense, if there's a wood base to it, you're not necessarily going to need to use a charcoal brick. Be careful with charcoal bricks. They are hot. I have heard of a lot of people burning their fingers on them by trying to grab them after they're lit. Please don't do that.
Honestly, you know what I do? I probably shouldn't be doing this.
This.
Disclaimer. I'll hold the whole charcoal with like my finger and I'll light one end and I'll be like, hey, hey, and then I'll put it down.
Yeah, please don't do that. It makes me nervous every time he does that.
It's not even that hot yet.
Mm-hmm.
The fires of hell keep me warm.
And I've had it too where I've dropped them on the carpet a couple of times when they fell out of my sensor.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, don't put them
I've
on
never done that before, even though I grabbed the heck out of them.
And so I had to grab the holy water on the altar and just dump it right there to put it out right away.
I tried that once with a candle that was getting really, really high. You know what happened? My whole altar got set on fire.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I was saying, an incense with a good wood base and not as many resins will actually burn on its own without charcoal. So long as you you just got to make it into like a little cone and stuff like that. If you got a lot of resins in your incense, or if it's kind of like a moisty, or the incense kind of moist still from being made, it's gonna have you're gonna need charcoal for it.
Oh yeah, and your incense powders and the oils for your workings, you can also wear them on you or put them in your shoes.
So here's one that we make. It's love drawing oil, and this one you would normally just put on a candle. And then write your petition, stick it underneath it, and focus on what it is that you want, or say a spell, or some sort of rhyme.
Seals.
Yes, these are awesome. I used to work a lot with them. It looks like you're flipping off the camera.
It's fine. I'm showing off my ring.
Yeah, so with these, they're actually really cool. You can, hand draw them, or you can print them off.
If you're using the Greater Keys of Solomon ones, it's probably easier to print it, even though you should draw it.
Yeah.
Hebraic letters...
Especially if you're tiny, if you're not good at it, it's hard to do. And what I would do with these is I would stick them underneath candles, or I would tape them on the outside. Some people will write their petitions on the back with their name, and then stick them onto their candles. And then they would focus on them, do prayers, yada yada.
You can also make your sigils and just draw it right on there.
Yes, you can. And we'll do a video on like how to make your own sigils really quick and everything like that. So that is about it, and we're going over 20 minutes. So
but we're not done yet.
Well, this is a two-parter anyway.
Well, no, we can fit a lot more. One more thing. With the seals, also if you're using photos, and like let's say it's a loved one, you can put them face to face. You can put it under the candle, or you can put it on the candle, and then just tie it on there. Something else you can do is burn the person's picture, and you can stuff it in the candle. What'd you do?
It's smoking too much.
You're making it flash. It looks pretty now. Anyways. You can do that. You can sprinkle the ashes around it. You can also load them into the candle from the person's picture. That actually smells really good for store-bought. What else was I going to say? You distracted me.
Okay.
If you're going to make people... Yeah.
So, like I said, two-parter video. There's a lot to cover with candle stuff. So, it's good to see you guys. Sorry we were a little bit late with the video. I was out of town, and it's been a busy week. But
I've been sleeping. Bye.